to cover couple of more things. And when I started the portfolio pathway presentations, I thought that those won't be too long, but I think things will continue because sometimes we do read the documents, but as a group when we read or read it in detail, we get to know few more things, and which are very important during the assessment, during the GMC advisors assessment. So it's not only for Royal College, it's for first starting your application and how to gather the evidence and how to present the evidence. Keeping rules, just as usual, routine ones, and nothing new. Disclaimer, and this is not to replace and substitute any guidelines from GMC or RC Path. It's my personal observation and experience. And please, these 4 documents you have to read in detail. However, wherever you find any question, please drop me a message. I will try to cover it in the next. I do read the messages. I might not, be able to reply you at the time. However, I will definitely cover it in the next or coming, subsequent webinars. Okay, so this slide I shared last time also. So it's knowledge, skills, and experience. So the 7 CIPs are generic and 4 are specialty. So these are the ones. And these are available at both RC Path also and GMC also. And in both the documents. So 9 domains of generic professional capabilities. What do we check? What do the assessors check? What does GMC check? So those are the generic ones, and these are generic for all the subspecialty or specialties, like whether it be surgery, whether it be medicine, any kind of portfolio pathway application. Anyone have to submit these, that they have got knowledge and capabilities and professional skills and soft skills regarding these. I think the most important advice which I give is that please gather your evidence on a cloud. So it should be shareable with yourself, and it should be approachable or accessible from anywhere in the world, I would say. So you should have, there are many drives available. Google Drive is available, then Apple Cloud is available. So any of those you can use and make a large folder, which will be portfolio pathway, and then make folders for each hospital from where you are going to provide the evidence. And then you can either divide the folders as per the verified performer tabs, which I shared last time, or CIPs. So verified performer tabs were so many, I think those were around 15 to 20. So you can group those together. For example, presentations and publications. So if those are research related, so you can group those together. So I might in future tell you in more detail that, but if anyone has got any question that how to upload the final document in the pertaining document, and please upload the final document. Like after redaction, after verification, not of course verification, but verification from your issuing body or authentication from your issuing body. So try to upload the final document in the cloud-based documentation, because what happened with me is that last, I think I discussed or I told in the last session also that my laptop crashed and everything was there. And fortunately, it was saved by my son. But at that time, I was like, oh my God, like I was keeping in the cloud, but I was not updating accordingly. So please, cloud-based documentation should be there. Second thing would be that please buy a redaction PDF or any Adobe or any software. So Adobe Extra or PDF Extra. So there are many available. You can just Google those and you can just buy those. I would suggest that from the start. It's or maybe in the middle, towards the middle, where you have started, gathering the documents. So if you think that within 1 year or 6 months you are going to submit your application, so please buy this software. So again, anonymizing, this is again from a slide from the last session, verification, authentication, and translation. So what's authentication, or which evidence requires authentication? Qualifications gained outside the UK evidence that has been authenticated must be uploaded to your application, and you also need to post the evidence in one hard copy. So please, repeating again and again, people, continuously they're still asking, original certificates are not to be sent and to the GMC, please. And who can authenticate? A solicitor or notary or the awarding body. And how can you get it authenticated? That you can go to the solicitor to in your city and just show them your original and get it authenticated. So must stamp, sign, and date. So these three things are important. You may need to pay the solicitor or the awarding body also if it's easy for you. So I would suggest that if you are in UK and you have got some, evidence which will be authenticated from overseas, so just try to get it authenticated from the solicitor. It's easy way, it's cheaper, and it's redoable. If there is something missing, you can just go and maybe they forget to date a copy or sign a copy or something. So you can just go and get it done. From the start, you should be able to, of course, you are the one who knows that which document, overseas document requires authentication. So over here from RCPath or GMC, the documentation, the regulatory body certificates from the UK doesn't require authentication because, of course, they can assess the awarding body. May it be Royal College, may it be GMC. Translation. So you need to translate any documents, those which are not in English, and you must submit a complete and accurate translation, and copy of original document should also be attached. Again, this is important, and because these things, if missed, it will just delay your application, and one delay means 3 to 6 weeks are gone again. So post the translated evidence. So how to get it done? Take the original document and photocopy, and you can just get the copy verified, and then go for the translation services, and again stamp, signed, and submit both B and C. So not the original, but submit the photocopy verified and the translated English version. And authentication. So again, take the original document, make a photocopy, authentication by solicitors. These are very simple things, but believe me, I had to search for that how to get the authentication. And the solicitor who authenticated for myself she said, I'm the first one who has come to her to do that. Then afterwards, I referred many. So I was just joking with her that I should keep 10% for each referral for authentication for Caesar. So, and all these things are available in the GMC, but you have to go and search and do those. So I hope that these webinars make things easy for you. Who can translate? So there are again professional associations are there. So before get to do the translation, make sure that those are member of any relevant professional association. Okay, so anonymization. Second most important thing is anonymization. So I have seen applications being rejected based on this. That the GMC advisor, it slipped through their eyes and went to the assessor, and then patient or colleague confidentiality information was there. So once it is there, I'll just touch on it. So please take it very seriously. You must redact the sensitive data. So this redaction, example is available on the GMC website. So how to do that? What things get missed? It's not logbook, it's not reports, because in reports most of the time we know that there are the patient identifier or the colleague identifier. So these are the usually second opinion letters. These are usually the feedback things. So which you are providing. So it's not which have been provided to you. It's vice versa. So you have to, redact any barcode, any reference number, any patient identifier, any, name and patient's address. And so GP address or the hospital address is not to be redacted. So no, you need a solicitor from UK, not from back home. So you can just take your original document and the document which you need to be authenticated to a solicitor in the UK. Okay, so failure to anonymize evidence. If GMC identifies personal, what do GMC do? So it's not end of the world. It's just that delete the file. GMC deletes the file from your application. Inform the relevant college that your application included personal data. So once we are getting for assessment, so colleague name reduction. If they are providing feedback for us or reference letter for us, then it's fine. However, I will let you know in the next couple slides. So inform and then ask you to provide updated training record and reflection for data protection. So it happens, we miss, and I think I have not seen any application not coming back till now. So it's very frequent. Don't get stressed if your application comes back, but try to do that and try to have your colleague or your, anyone who knows histopathology reports and someone to go through that. So I went through one of my colleagues' application, like she requested, and uh, although she had done the redaction, still we found one or two. And for my application also, I also missed in one. So that's why I'm saying that in letters and in those which are not our usual stuff, that histopathology report and cytopathology report, we know that where is the patient identifier. But for the letters and those things, we can miss. So in the evidence, if the evidence when sent out of our evaluation contains patient sensitive data, your application will fail. So it's a straight fail. So please, please, please be very careful. So and I have seen advisors missing the patient identifier, even NHS number. So please be careful. So because GDPR is very strongly, taken. Like these days, we are doing digital pathology or work from home. So general data protection regulation. One of the GPs or I don't know internist, they got their license cancelled because they had patient identifier forms at their home and the kids were around and it was all open. So you have to be very careful once you are even reporting from home or doing those things. So GDPR and good medical practice, it's very important. GMC can refer you to the fitness to practice directorate if it's many things are there. So please be careful, for these things. So people just say, okay, redact and that's it. But no, you have to be careful. You have to be very stress on that. Okay, so what should you redact? So all patient identifying details, names, nicknames, addresses, patient's addresses, and contact details, NHS or any unique reference numbers, for example, lab number, and any web links, QR codes, and any reference number on letters and photos. We don't, of course, put photos, but if there is any, so please. And gender and date of birth doesn't need to be redacted. And this information can be useful for the evaluator, rather keep it because they need to see that what is the range of patients. So of course for pediatric pathology you need to keep the age also. I think one of the groups someone asked also that. So I think now I hopefully that's clear for you. Apart from patient detail for patient's relatives or someone like there is a complaint and you are putting a that how you responded and patient's daughter has complained or patient's sister has complained or maybe husband or anyone. So those identifiers are also to be redacted. And then details of colleagues which you have assessed, number one. Number two, written a reference for, or number three, who have been involved in a complaint. So this is very important because you should be very careful during your day-to-day. Again, I would say if any one of you have attended my interview webinars also, I always say that put it in practice for your day-to-day things also. So you have to be careful. You have to be compliant with those. Among details of colleagues, what do you have to redact? That names, GMC numbers, contact details such as phone number or email addresses. Email addresses, just imagine. So any if you have written a reference for, not from. From you can keep. So, or I would just say that wherever you are finding some, question that should you or should you not, better to redact than not. To be or not to be, so better to be than not to be. Okay, and login details or serious incidents or complaints, and so please redact all those. Okay, and like I did one of the appraisals for one of the in my previous week. If assessment is being done for you, you don't need to redact. However, if you are doing for someone, you need to redact. If we are providing for the trainees feedback or anything, please redact trainee's name. And please do not redact colleague data from other evidence, such as consultants who have assessed your, just a question now, that who have assessed you need not to be redacted. Rather, I think you must keep it, because GMC, and if those are GMC registered, the weightage is given. I'm not saying that weightage is not given to others, but it's like easy. It's very, you don't need to think twice that, okay, whether it's true or not, like true representation or not. Okay. Redacting electronic evidence. Piali, it depends that mail communication is for what. So if you are providing some like information about a patient, or they are praising you or something, like thank you email for you, then you can keep it. However, if it is a complaint or an incident, and the clinician is asking for clarity, so please redact. So it depends what kind of communication is that with the clinical colleagues. I would say that when in doubt, redact. And if the clinical colleague is providing a reference for you, or a thank you email, or they're thanking you to provide the report on time. So simple things, please keep those, because we say as a histopathologist, we are not in patient contact and not patient facing specialty. So we don't get thank yous from patients. So from your colleagues, your end users are your clinical colleagues. So you can get those emails. You must be getting sometimes that, oh, thank you for, they're asking, like yesterday I received an email that they were asking to expedite a report. So if I do that, and I'll just send them that I have done that, and they will definitely send me a thank you. I hope so. 99% of the time. So just keep those thank you emails and those things. So over there, you don't need to redact. However, if there is complaint, there is incidence, or there is patient sensitive issue, or maybe a tiny error, and they are asking for clarification, so kindly, in those kind of sensitive things, please redact. Okay, so PDF redaction, such as Adobe, and there are many available. So you can do that, and please don't cover text with text boxes. Those are movable, and copy paste. After you redact, you select the whole text and Control C, and some paste it on Word document, Control V, and see that if it is been actually redacted or not. Because sometimes it happens, I have seen it even with my one of the person I know, that they did that, and it was a permanent redaction kind of thing from the PDF Pro. But I think they saved first, and then they did some more redaction, and then probably, I don't know whether saving was not proper or what. So when they copy and paste it, that's how GMC checks that and they send in the feedback that we did the copy and paste, and the patient identifier was there. So we were all like very surprised that, wow, you have used the redaction pro version, still it was readable. So after you redact, please